Welcome to the Sky Sports Centre, where my guest today is Manchester United manager Ian White. Um, Good start to life at Old Trafford, Ian. First of all, talk about pre-season. Very encouraging, a lot of goals, and some encouraging clean sheets with one defeat. But in all fairness, that's where you had a lot of players and internationals. Can you run us through your pre-season and how you think that's gone?
Well, I've done most of my transfer work already done at the start of the pre-season. A few of the stragglers did come in the back end of it, but we've kept the main core of United. And it goes to show, really, that, I mean, the results speak for themselves. I mean, we haven't let an awful lot of goals through. I'm working on that with the likes of Jones, Evans, getting Vidic to do a bit of tutoring along with Ferdinand. Brought in left back Ben Davis, who's an absolute cracker. And they seem to be, jamming quite well. And they seem to be keeping the goals out, so that's the main thing. Up top, I mean, it's goals galore at the moment. With likes of Robin Van Persie, Rooney, Mata, Kagwa and Young. I mean, it's who's going to score this day? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good pre-season for you. You managed to win, draw, and like I say, with that one defeat, so you've tasted a bit of everything in pre-season, and obviously you've addressed what has gone wrong in pre-season, and you've corrected that. For the Charity Shield, you've continued that tradition at the club, and pleased a lot of fans. How did you think their game went for Wigan in yourself?
Well, the first half it was a bit worrying. Wigan were quite dominating in the first half. It did lead me to do a few rash decisions, but fortunately it paid off. The players knew what was expected of them for the second half, and it's the United side I want to, and needless to say, the fans want to see in the Premiership, and they delivered on the day. I mean, looking at the stats now, I mean, it's 28 shots to their 5. I mean, that's a staggering statistic. And 9 on target. That's something I want to try and pick up a bit more. But in terms of possession, I mean, you can see it for yourself, 64% to their 36. It's all about attacking and it's all about possession. And I think it's working wonders.
Your pre-season business in the transfer market. Many United fans are pleased with that, and I'm sure the board and the staff at United are very pleased. You brought in some very good young players at what most would say a very reasonable fee. Can you tell us a little bit more on your transfer dealings?
It's not about how much you spend; it's how much you spend wisely. I like to say, and I think I've done a good enough job to wisely spend what was available for me in the transfer window, and obviously creating a bit of money myself through players going out the door, and I've reinvested in the youth, which I think is a must for United. As I said, Ben Davis, he is a very big star for the future. Looking for him to take over Evra's place. I managed to get Jakob from West Brom once again. I do believe he's 26, but he's got absolute bucket loads of talent, this kid, and it's evidential from the off. I mean, that was a great signing for me. And I mean, out of the lot of bought, even the likes of Timo Werner, a great promising start. But Jakob, I think he's my star signing this season so far, and I think they're going to fit into United side quite nicely.
Okay, that's answered one of my questions. Who is going to be your standout player? We've just heard it from the manager's mouth, Jakob. Now, one question, one word answer, please, Ian. Who's the player for the future?
Timo Werner.
Okay. Very quickly now, moving on to the start of the season. Exactly the same record as your neighbours, Manchester City. 2 wins, 3 draws, and a win in the Champions League. Most fans would say not good enough. Drop points away at Cardiff, away at Newcastle, and away at Fulham. Is that very concerning with regards to your away form?
No, not at all. I'm not worried at all. I mean, you look at them away games. I've only conceded 1 goal, and if you talk to any other manager in the Premiership about Cardiff, Newcastle, or Fulham away at the start of the season, and they will all say the exact same thing. I'm going to tell you now. They're unpredictable.
Ian, sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt you on that. I will return that question back to you. You've only conceded 1 goal, but you've only scored 1 goal.
Yes, that once again, as I was saying before I was interrupted, they are unpredictable sides at the start of the season at their home ground. To come away with a draw is something more than astounding. I'm happy with that. We've only conceded 1 goal. We've only scored 1 goal. That's correct. But we're going to be scoring and winning games where it counts, and that's going to be fact.
Ian, I'm going to give you one last question. Please, can you make it brief, because our time is nearly up with you. You say they're unpredictable teams. Could many say that you're unpredictable at this stage of the season?
Listen, everyone's unpredictable at this stage of the season. You'd be an idiot to think no one is. No one's sussed anyone out at the moment. Give it till halfway point. Come back to me and ask me the same question.
Okay, Ian, thank you for your time, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.